What is up, Raider Nation? What is up? What is up? What is up? Sorry for the little delay, a little 2 minute delay here. I do apologize, but we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with another great episode of Nothing But Raiders podcast, episode 10. We are here in the building. Leo, what's good, brother?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
For Sundays again, man. What's up?
I know, right? I know. Everything's good though. How you doing?
Yeah, it seems like we just talked to each other and then boom. That's exactly what happens. Like I don't know.
Right.
How you feeling though? Like what's going on in the past week, man?
You know what? I'm good, bro. Just this crazy weather. California's not used to snow. I don't know if you heard Cali got some snow.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
People freaking out. Roads are closed, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just looking forward to March and starting this off season and getting things going because it's going to be interesting. I haven't been this excited about an off season in a while. Yeah.
But before we get into anything here, y'all, I have to do this before we go.
Touchdown, Raiders!
I miss
it. Shout out to the 14 that's in the chat so far. Make sure y'all share, comment, subscribe to this channel, y'all, which is technically a Spotlight Football Talk. I gotta change the bottom thumbnail. I gotta change that stuff. I didn't get a chance to, but hey, shout out to Robert Penner, shout out to Dominique 5, shout out to Tyson Hughes, White Puma, Jabroni Forever. Dope name, by the way. Dope name. Funny thing is, I was just watching the WWE rivals between The Rock and John Cena, so that's what made me definitely think about that.
Okay.
Shout out to Raider Ross too, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. But before we get into our actual topics, Jason Marshall, what's good? What's good? Did you watch the presser today from the Raiders on the Raiders YouTube?
Yeah, the one by McDaniels.
Yeah.
I saw it. Mm-hmm.
So he said he's evaluating all the quarterbacks from what I've seen. So what was your thoughts on listening to the presser? I really couldn't listen to much of it because I was at work, but I heard snips and pieces of it. So you could definitely let the nation know, what they heard. So,
I heard it and I like the fact that he said all the quarterbacks because I think it's kind of dumb when you tell somebody who you want already. So then it kind of gives those teams those other leverage. You know what I mean? But then again, they still clear about whether it's going to be a quarterback or not that they're going to draft. That's what I got from it. You still don't know. It's just going to be based
Josh
on
McDaniels
the need.
is being Josh McDaniels, basically.
Josh McDaniels is being Josh McDaniels. You don't know if it's going to be a quarterback or if the one they want, then they're going to go another direction.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, y'all. It's going to be really interesting. We are going to do. I'm thinking about doing like a 2 or 3 round mock draft. I don't want to do a whole 7 round mock draft because I think that's going to take all day on this show, bro.
Oh,
that's going to take all day. That's going to take all day on this show to do a 7 round mock draft on Pro Football Focus. But shout out to, like I said, Jason Marshall, Tony Brown, Vegas Raider. What's going on, Vegas Raider? Dominique 5 said after this combine, everybody will sabotating over Anthony Richardson. He said a lot of different things to different media. Draft AR-15, and Josh comes straight to Belichick, the school of interviewing.
Exactly.
Basically not telling much.
No clear answers. Yeah, you don't say much.
Basically not telling much, but as Raiders fans, is different for us because we had terrible drafts in so many years, so many terrible drafts. This is my thing. Me personally, and I'm gonna be completely honest, as a realistic Raiders fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the hype at AR-15.
Because we've been there, done that?
Yes, we've been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
With Jamarcus Russell was a raw talent, had a great arm, didn't really have much on film. I think he won a national championship. I think he had a little bit more film than AR-15.
Yeah, he had more wins. He had a more successful college career than AR-15 did.
Yeah. So I'm not really big on AR-15, and I'm not the only 2 quarterbacks I'm not big on is him and Will Levis. They're the only 2 guys I'm not big on when it comes to the draft. Yes, he's mobile. Yes, he's a raw talent, but he's not as developed as a hidden hooker. He's not developed as a CJ Stroud. He's not developed as a Bryce Young. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
We
Yeah, and
talking
you know what? I've been
about-
reading
we talking
more
about
about
championship
Levis too.
pedigree football.
Yeah.
And AR-15, yes, he's don't get me wrong, he's a raw talent. But he's one of those talents that's gonna have to sit behind a quarterback for 2 to 3 years to get a NFL pro style offense, especially a complicated Josh McDaniels offense.
Exactly, and that's if he gets it. That's hoping that he gets it after 2 years of sitting, probably. You don't know that's going to happen. Now, the thing with AR-15, and I get why he said everyone's salivating. He's a big dude. He's an amazing athlete, but is he a quarterback? He's not ready for that. I don't think it's going to translate to the NFL the way people think there is. They're hoping they can mold him into that, you know. But what has McDaniel shown? Can he coach somebody to do that? Has he shown the ability to coach a young guy and mold him?
But I just see this is my thing for everybody saying that we never had a QB like AR-15. He's a raw talent. That guy did this what makes me a kind of a down spiral for AR-15. How you not throw at least 3,000, it's 3,500 yards in college football?
In college. Right.
How you not do that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a weakness for me. He's a raw talent that still needs development in his mechanics. Yeah. He still needs development reading defenses, which he's not great at. I think he got picked off, 3 or 4 times against Alabama this year? He got picked off 2 or 3 times against my Tennessee Volunteers. Yeah, he didn't do great in the SEC, where is the best conference in college football.
Right, exactly. And those are imagine that defense in college. That's what he's going to see in the NFL. Better.
I'm not sleeping on AR-15, but I watch college football. If I can't sit here and just say that AR-15 is our guy, where I know we saw great players fall in the draft in previous years.
Right.
You got to think about it. Look at sometimes when you don't get you seen. I don't even want to bring him up because I know everybody's going to talk about it. But Aaron Rodgers, look how far he dropped.
Right. And with him, remember, it was either won or dropped because nobody else was quarterback.
Look how many people say, "Oh, I don't think CJ Stroud is going to fall that far." I think it's a possibility because the teams before us, all of them don't need a quarterback.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All of them don't need. I mean, probably
there's a couple Texans,
there's a couple
Colts.
teams that need a quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
But all of them don't need a quarterback. For real. So like the Bears don't need a quarterback. They have Justin Fields. They need to build around him.
And that's why they're going to trade that pick. Watch.
Mm-hmm. The only reason why I'm saying me personally, Hendon Hooker, I understand the ACL tear, but he's a better passer. He's a better athlete than AR-15. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. No, if we can get Hooker like in the
I think he's a better talent.
Way better.
Yeah, he's a better talent before the injury.
If he didn't get injured, we'd all be talking about who's going to go number 1, Young or Hooker. If he didn't get hurt, because Hooker was having that great of a season.
Nobody was talking about AR-15 this year like that.
No.
If you watch college football on Saturdays like I did every Saturday, AR-15 wasn't even in Heisman talks.
No.
So why go get him at number 7 in a top 10 pick when he wasn't even in Heisman talks with the best conference in football?
Right.
I'm
with you on that.
Just saying.
I'd rather have Hooker.
I mean, if we don't get Hooker, right, I feel like Stroud is going to fall. And knowing that I'm not a big fan of Ohio State quarterbacks.
But that's the only knock on him.
Him and Bryce Young are the only 2 quarterbacks in this draft outside of probably Max Duggan. But Max Duggan's not really a first-round pick.
No, he's a later-round pick.
Outside of those 2, Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, they're the only ones that really play the pro-style offense. Out of any quarterbacks in the nation. Yeah. From what I saw. I don't know if you've seen anybody else, but AR-15 is a run-first quarterback. And who's that? Lamar Jackson. Prime example.
Justin Fields. Mm-hmm.
Well, Justin Fields, he had to become a runner because he didn't have an offensive line. That made sense. Well, with Lamar Jackson, he has an offensive line, and the offensive coordinator was a running heavy offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just feel like the pro. I will go with a pro style college football quarterback that probably already know a little bit of, a little bit of the
system.
Yes, I couldn't get the word. I don't know why that word could not get there.
Yeah, especially coming from Bama, right? There's kind of like a similarity between Belichick and them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only thing about Bryce Young that I have an issue with is
size.
His size. If he can bulk up and he can if he can gain some weight, and if he gets behind, if they could develop him an offensive line no matter where he's at, then I can see him being successful in this league.
Yeah.
And me personally, I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm gonna go out on a limb. I would not be surprised if the Indianapolis Colts go after Bryce Young.
Oh, me either. Yeah. No.
AR-15 is bigger than Lamar Jackson, Anthony Price, but they have the same similarities.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. People are focused on his size. Yeah.
They have the same similarities, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Everybody can see it from a different, which hopefully if I open up a Patreon, I can actually do, game film breakdown because YouTube won't let us do it.
Yeah, true.
YouTube won't let us do it. The Colts want to trade up ahead of Texans for Bryce Young. And you know what? Out of all those teams, I forgot who's in the top 5. I know it's the Bears, the Texans is number 2,
the Cardinals, and
the Cardinals is number 3, which they don't need a quarterback. They got Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Who's the number 4 pick?
The Colts. The Colts are number 4.
I'm telling you now.
And then Seattle's number 5.
If the Texans don't get him at 2, he's going to Indianapolis at 4.
Oh, that far down.
Out of all those teams, Indianapolis out of those 5, out of the Cardinals, out of the Bears, out of the Texans, and who's the number 5 pick?
The number 5 pick is, I just saw it, the Seahawks.
Out of those 4, the Colts got the best offensive line out of those 4 teams. They got the best setup for him. Let's just be honest. They're going to re-sign Geno. Seattle's going to re-sign Geno Smith. We all know that.
Yeah. I think they are.
is definitely not a Josh Allen. Please don't make that comparison. That's a bad comparison.
It will be Josh Allen. Oh, my God.
I don't think he's Josh Allen. Absolutely not.
No.
Josh Allen is definitely not a raw talent.
They've said Levis would be close to being like Josh Allen, not AR-15.
Nah.
AR-15's like Cam. Yeah.
I wouldn't compare him to Tebow either, but what I can compare him to, Jamarcus Russell, like Terrence is put. No, Russell was 6'6", 240. Richardson is 6'4", 230. That's only 2 inches off and 10 pounds less.
Pounds difference, yeah.
It's not really a difference there. In my opinion, it's not really a difference there. Josh Allen struggles with accuracy. So do AR-15.
Oh, that's AR-15. That's the knock on him. His ability to read plays and accuracy.
Wentz. That's a fact. I went back and watched the film on Wyoming. I watched college football. That's one thing about me. I watch college football. But shout out to everybody in the chat for the whole NWA, Dominus, Terrence. Shout out to y'all that's in the chat, man.
Yeah.
But only thing I go off of is that the film that I watch, the film that I do research on that I can't show.
Yep.
That we can't show on YouTube because YouTube wants to flag us. Every time I want to do some type of breakdown or some type of film, they shut it down. That's why I'm thinking about opening up a Patreon for us and we can actually break down the game film of college football and NFL, because I still have the NFL games from this past season.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I still have the NFL Plus. So I still pay that $10 a month for the NFL Plus. I still do.
Okay.
I agree. I mean, you don't agree with the Jamarcus Russell But I just see from the film I watch, I see similarities.
Right.
He has a good deep ball.
The deep
He's
ball's
not
there,
accurate.
the size, but the accuracy.
His size. Only thing I can say about Jamarcus Russell is that the only thing I can say, but no, I'm wrong. The only thing you can say about AR-15, AR-15 is going to care about the game more than Jamarcus Russell did.
I hope so.
That's my only thing. That's my only thing. AR-15 is going to care about playing football than actually Jamarcus Russell did. Jamarcus Russell got the money and he ran with it.
Oh yeah, he got the
That's
first.
he took the Raiders' money and he walked away with it, bro. So
yeah, he did.
So that's just something that we wanted to talk about. Richardson was the best upside out of all of them, but Richardson is a 3 to 5 year project. That's my problem.
We talked about that last week. The window
if you're going to be a 3 to 5 year project, you're going to have to sign Stidham for at least 3 years. And Stidham knows the offense, and he's going to have to learn under that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my thing with the draft, right? You got a top 10 pick. If you want to win now, you gotta get the player that actually can play immediately. And I don't think AR-15 could go to any team and start right now.
Oh no,
I just don't think so.
No
He's a 3 to 5 project for all 32 NFL teams, not just the Las Vegas Raiders, but any team in the league.
Yeah,
I don't think he's starting over anybody in this league right now. I just don't think so.
No, I think whoever gets him knows he has to sit.
Matter of fact, I'm wrong. He will start over Zach Wilson.
Oh, true.
He'll start over bum ass Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's a scrub.
Hey, but they might get a Carr, so who knows?
We said we better than Jimmy Glass for $30 million a year. Hell no to that. I'll go with AR-15. For real, I will go with a Jacoby Brissett over AR-15. If y'all want to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I would take a Jacoby Brissett over AR-15 right now. Dead ass.
Definitely. Now with the 7th pick. No way.
I get
what you're saying. Top 10 pick.
A top 10 pick. 90% of top 10 picks have to play immediately.
Right.
So with me, I would say, I would take Jacoby Brissett over AR-15 right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I mean, I'm fine with a rookie quarterback starting, but I want to get a rookie quarterback that's not a project, and that's what AR-15 is. He's a project.
He is.
And if we get him at number 7, and he starts the year,
oh my God,
that means we tank it for next year. We're going to get another quarterback next year.
So what? You're going to draft high to get a quarterback to tank and get a Caleb Williams next year?
This is the Raiders we talking about.
You know what? You're not lying.
This is the Raiders we talking about. Mitch, I will block you in here. Please do not bring that Carson Wentz bullshit to the Raiders.
I've been seeing that all day. What is wrong with these people?
Please, I'll tell you, I will have my moderators put you in timeout, Mitch. Dead ass.
Like, why Carson Wentz? Oh, he won a Super Bowl. No, the Eagles won a Super Bowl.
You know what's sad about that, though? Because even though I made a video of Carson Wentz getting released,
right,
and I said hell no to Carson Wentz.
No, absolutely not.
I'll say I would, even though Marcus Mariota got released today from the Atlanta Falcons, I would take Marcus Mariota over Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, White Puma Jabroni Forever says, how much would I pay Stiddy? Well, according to a lot of sources that I found out, he's only getting paid between $1 and $2.5 million
right now
for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be guaranteed $2.5 million for 3 years. I'll take that.
Yeah,
because that's not breaking the salary cap.
It doesn't. It keeps us all being able to get a whole bunch of other players that we need, because we're not just a quarterback away from.
Oh, you know what? K-Hop 16, you just got me. You think I'm gonna make a video on that.
Tyler Heineke.
I'm going to say Taylor Heineke is a free agent, and he has not been talked about in free agency.
No.
What?
What happened?
What? Y'all must not watch what Taylor Heineke did when he was with the Commanders, bruh. Carson Wentz couldn't even get them to the playoffs. What? He took them to the playoffs and almost beat Tom Brady in that Super Bowl year. Taylor Heineke had the Washington Commanders as a playoff contender this year until they switched to Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they did that. He was playing better.
I love Taylor Heineke. I am a big fan of Taylor Heineke. That guy has guts. That guy has heart. And you will not break the bank with him.
No.
You will not break. Well, I mean, you kind of can, but you're not really crazy. You're not giving Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes kind of money.
Right?
You're not getting that, but you're damn well getting a solid quarterback that's been in this league. Taylor Heineke is buns. Or what are you? What are y'all watching? What are y'all watching? Let's keep it a buck. What are y'all watching?
They do. You know what? They do have a stout defense, but he's tough. He played.
He's
good.
not buns, bro. He's definitely not buns. I don't know what y'all talking about. Let's pull up. Let's pull up his stats real quick.
From last year.
From last year, I'm about to pull it up real quick. Because just saying he's buns. Because mind you, Taylor Heineke did not start the year. Taylor Heineke did not start the year, y'all. But he did have 12 TDs and 6 interceptions. He had a 62.2 completion percentage.
Oh.
He had an 89.6 passer rating for 1,859 yards and completed 161 passes out of 259. Pull up his defensive rankings. Taylor Heineke don't play defense, so you can't say that.
Yeah, what is it?
What?
He doesn't know them again.
Quarterbacks don't play defense, bro.
I think what he means is like maybe against the
12
defense
TDs
played again.
How 12 TDs and 6 interceptions is bad?
Well, you think about back. Remember, the whole point of moving on from Carr is to improve the position.
You guys know what a smokescreen is because everyone is falling into with all these quarterbacks. I told you who's coming to the Raiders. I'm sorry, but I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming here.
Oh, the smokescreen? No, I don't. The more it goes on, the more I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, the more I see it, the more I don't think it's happening. I don't think because you notice they when they interviewed Jonathan Davis, I didn't hear nothing about Aaron Rodgers.
No, nothing.
I heard about quarterbacks in the draft, but I didn't hear nothing about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Quarterbacks in the draft, and then what you've heard from Ziegler is free agency, trying to find the guy, but nothing really about Rodgers. Yeah. Facts.
K Hop 16. The Lions started 1-4 this season. You mean the Commanders? And then when Wentz got injured, they went 7-5 with Taylor Heineke. They was playoff contention with that record.
Yep.
Him and Stiddy are very similar. Yeah, they are very similar. You want to average the nation once great. Let me say something to you, Vegas Raider.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let you say something too, Leo. The Raiders been great since when? In what world you thought the Raiders was great? Last time we was great was 2002 and 2016.
2016.
In the year that we went to, in 2021. That's 3 years and 20 years that we've been great. 3 years. We want greatness, understanding that, but realistically, this is a dysfunctional organization that don't know how to draft, don't know how to spin in free agency. So I'm keeping a buck with y'all in this chat. So, when greatness, we've been mediocre for 20-something years, 2 decades and a half. So please, I don't want to hear nothing about greatness right now.
Right.
You can take it, bro.
No, you're right. I'm with you. I don't know why people say that this like the average in the nation wants great. Great at what? We had what was a stable quarterback for 9 freaking years, and what did the organization do to support that?
Right.
People will sit here and holler and say he should have been the one to lead them. Like, okay, whatever. He's not Tom Brady. He never was, right?
Facts.
But this organization has been so messed up so many draft choices, horrible free agent signings, and all of a sudden you want to blame it on this dude because he was here 9 years. We had a quarterback. He may not have been everybody's favorite, but we had a quarterback. He made mistakes, but we had that position. But everything else was never given to him around him. So now all of a sudden our offense is built. People think we need one great quarterback, and that's what's going to get us to the Super Bowl. But we're far
That's
from
not
that.
the case.
That's not the case with this team. I get we're 2 years removed from the playoffs, but understand that what that team was different that got us to the playoffs. Everything they endured, that team was just different. It was a different story. When McDaniels and Ziegler are now here, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother era.
And Dominique Five just said it. Did y'all hear about Marcel Reese leaving the Raiders front office? Why is that?
Just now.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Something ain't right in that organization that you have a former loved Raider in Marcel Reese
leaving.
That's very loved in our Raider Nation.
Right.
Leave the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Something ain't right about that, man. Something ain't right about that. Oh, here we go with the Carr stand. It's not about the Carr stand. What we saying is this. Carr is the only consistent thing that we had in the 9 years that he was here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it real. Even though, yeah, Carr has some shitty games. Yes, he has some shitty years. But out of the 9 years he was here, name a top 15 defense that he had.
Right.
In the 9 years that he's here, name a true number one receiver that he had consistently.
And then they got on him about that this year because he finally had it, and it's a new system. It's not an easy system. It's a new system.
Right. And I understand we want to move on for him. He was making money. It was a business move.
I get that. I get not paying the $40 million.
Right.
Like, I get that. That's a lot. That's a huge chunk. We freed that up. Now you can build the rest of the team. That's why I'm not mad that he's gone, if that's what they felt they had to do. But
I'm not mad that he's gone. I just felt like the way they did it
that's different. Yeah.
Was messed up.
Yeah.
Carr sucks, but I can't listen. You can say Carr sucks all you want, but he never had a top 10 defense. He never had a top 15 defense. He only had three number one receivers in his career, which was Michael Crabtree, Amari Cooper, and Davante Adams.
Mm-hmm.
You name me a top 10 defense that he had in the 9 years that he was here. When the year that we went to the playoffs in 2021, we was averaging 30 plus points a game behind Derek Carr. But how much the defense was giving up?
Oh,
30
that
plus
was the whole
points.
Point. Yeah.
So I'm confused. I'm confused. Even when Derek Carr was an MVP year in 2016, his defense was ranked 27th in the league in 2016.
Right.
So what had we really given Derek Carr to succeed?
But you know what?
He lost Henry Ruggs, his number one speedster. He lost John Gruden that he threw 4,000 passing yards in 3 to 4 years under John Gruden, which I wasn't a John Gruden fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not understanding. I'm not saying it's not all on Carr because it's not. Carr was a part of it too. That's what I'm saying. Carr was a part of it too. He had some bad throws. He had some bad interceptions. He had some bad fumbles in his career. Yeah. Understanding that. But we're not going to do like, oh, Derek Carr is gone and the Raiders are back to Super Bowl contention. We're not going to do that.
No.
That's what we're not going to do. We're not going to say, oh, Derek Carr's gone. We should have a parade that Derek Carr's gone. We're back in rebuild mode after being in the playoffs in 2021 with a coach that wasn't even never a head coach. Let's talk about that.
That team. Mm-hmm.
Carr was a bum, but he threw for almost 4,900. He threw for over 4,000 passing yards in the last 4 years that he was here.
Right.
Come on, man.
And got the team to the playoffs the year Gruden got fired when he lost to Ruggs. Had to win those last ones at the end, and he got him there. Like, I get it. I get he's not Mahomes. I've never said he was Mahomes. I never put him in that level. I'm just saying, like how you were saying, there was more than just him as the problem. Did he have bad games? Yes. And I get you want to be great, you want to be elite, you want a Mahomes. But how many Mahomes are there?
This is what pisses me off about the Raider Nation sometimes.
This will be rebuilt, and they will find the QB.
We've been rebuilding for how long now to find the quarterback? Yo, how many times do we have to go as Raider fans? How many times we have to go through that? This would be a rebuild, and we'll find a quarterback for the future.
Who?
How many quarterbacks we went through before we got Derek Carr?
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks we went through? Please, somebody. You know what?
Oh, we had the list last time. We went over it.
Yo.
After Rich Gannon.
How many people? What?
Oh my God. We had Dante Culpepper, Jason Campbell, McGloin. Who else did we have? Terrell Pryor.
I'm about to pull it up.
Pryor. Mm-hmm.
I'm about to pull it
up.
Bruce.
Remember Bruce Almighty, Bruce Krakowski? We had him.
Matter of fact, we're gonna do after Rich Gannon.
Yeah, after Rich Gannon.
After Rich Gannon in 2002, we had Rick Meyer, Rich Gannon, and Marquez Tebaloso, whatever his name is. Kerry Collins in 05, Andrew Walter in 06, Josh McCown, Dante Culpepper, Jamarcus Russell, Bruce Gradkowski, Charlie Fry, Carson Palmer, Kyle Boyler, Terrell Pryor, Matt Gloining, Matt Flynn, then Derek Carr / Matt McGloin, Derek Carr in 2017 / EJ Manuel, then Derek Carr in 2018. But we had 1, 2, 3. Oh, even Aaron Brooks, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 quarterbacks before Derek Carr.
Yep.
But we want to rebuild.
That's what I don't want to do all over again. That's my biggest fear.
We want to rebuild.
Especially with all the weapons that we have on the offense. You don't need to go to complete rebuild. Everybody's talking about trade everybody, trade Waller, trade Adams, trade Renfro. Like, let's start all over. Like, no.
Exactly. I don't think we should be in rebuild. Absolutely not. I completely disagree. But listen, y'all saying DC4 was average. He was better than any quarterback we had after Rich Gannon, though.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all got to stop that. He was better than every quarterback we had after Rich Gannon.
You're comparing Al Davis and Mark Davis era. What's the difference?
Mark Davis
what has been the difference in the Mark Davis era?
Mark Davis ain't no damn better. I want him to sell the team, honestly. Mm-hmm. Because he thinks Las Vegas is a party town, and we're not going to win football games just thinking it's a party town when you put a club at the goddamn end of our end zone.
Oh, that's not Raider football already. That stadium is not. It's way different.
That's not Raider football. We should honestly, after we went to the playoffs in 2021, we shouldn't be rebuilding. Mm-hmm. Only thing we need to be rebuilding on this team is the defense in our offensive line.
And not even completely. You can still plug stuff in the offensive line. And like you said, it's one of the topics. We could talk about that later. But yeah.
We don't need to really rebuild on the offensive side of the ball. We really don't. Nope. Yes, we need a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. I just saw this comment. We missed this comment.
What's that?
Carr was average. But average got the Niners to the conference championship. And Jimmy Garoppolo, another average quarterback.
Thank you.
But the difference between Carr and Jimmy Garoppolo is that Jimmy Garoppolo was with a better organization.
Right.
Than the Raiders organization
They draft better. They manage things so much better than the Raiders.
Absolutely. It's about like, don't forget Mark Davis is attending boxing fights that has an Oscar to have Ryan versus Tank in his home stadium. Listen. It's not a huge difference between Al and Mark. It's not. Only difference between Al and Mark is that Al Davis was really a Raiders fan. He
Oh,
probably
yeah.
would have kept the team in Oakland and found a way to build a stadium in Oakland.
Yeah.
Unlike Mark Davis, I mean,
You know, yeah.
he went with
Al
the
being
money.
what he was at the end, like, yeah, his legacy, but Al's legacy from what he did from the beginning, being a hardcore Raider. As when you hear Raiders, you think Al Davis, completely different than Mark. Yeah, Mark
Yeah,
is, yeah.
when you see this shield,
Right. You think
Al Davis.
Davis.
You
Right.
don't think of Mark. You think of
No.
Al Davis.
Mhm. Exactly. See, don't forget that the 49ers actually had money to build the defense. And what do we have now?
We have money and we can build the
finally
defense.
have money.
But this is it. Everybody want to talk about. Understand people want to talk about quarterback because Carr's no longer here. I can understand
Right.
that.
And it's a big need. We don't have one. So I get it. I get
right.
it.
It's a big
Yeah.
need. Chase Garbers is the only one that's left.
That's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
that's actually under contract with the Raiders at this point.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, understand quarterback is going to be the main talk because it's the popular position in football.
Mhm.
Understanding that. But I'm not. We see average quarterbacks with number one defenses in football.
Who was Philly's quarterback when they won the Super Bowl?
No, they went to Super Bowl. They haven't won it, but they went to Super Bowl.
No, Philly. Remember they beat the Patriots.
Yeah, and their quarterback was Nick Foles because Carson Wentz went down.
Right? They did.
I mean,
with the
I'm just saying.
quarterback.
Nick Foles is not.
Average.
If you want to look statistically, if you want to look as far as talent-wise, we know that Derek Carr is more talented than Nick Foles,
right?
but he was in a better system than Derek Carr.
Had better
That's
coaches.
He was under a better organization than Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes Nick Foles here and Derek Carr here because of the organization, because of the GM, because of the people that we're bringing in to win football games.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we used to be a team that just used to bring in old ass players that was at the end of their career and give them big contracts
because we were going to rejuvenate them, or we used to give big contracts to the Super Bowl MVP. Larry Brown.
Nick Foles is better than Derek Carr. I'm done with this guy, Vegas. Wow. I don't know where the hell he came from.
Really, Nick Foles?
You know how many average outside of Patrick Mahomes? You know how many average quarterbacks that won the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Trent Dilfer didn't do shit for Baltimore.
Trent Dilfer
didn't do shit for Baltimore. It was that defense that won him a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Joe Flacco was not a great quarterback.
He had a great year,
Super Bowl because he had a good defense in Baltimore.
He had a good defense, and he had a really good year. He had a really good year, though. Yeah.
Like we had, outside of Tom Brady winning his 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had mad average quarterbacks win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're not arguing average. What we're saying is that you don't need a top quarterback to win Super Bowls in this league. You don't really need it.
No.
If you have a complete team around, if you put a great offensive line around you, if you put a great defense around your quarterback, if you put a great team around your quarterback,
and
your quarterback just have to get the job done when it's needed,
right?
You're fine. Jimmy Garoppolo is not a top 5 quarterback, not even a top 10 quarterback.
Oh, no.
And if he is, he's at number 10. Probably number 11 outside of the top 10. But look what he had. They traded for Christian McCaffrey,
right?
A great running back. They went and got Debo. They had George Kittle. They had one of the best offensive lines in football.
Yep.
But then, even with Trey Lance went down. They still was winning football games with Garoppolo. Garoppolo went down. Brock Purdy had a hell of a season. That's coaching and organization, bro.
Right. Yeah.
So the logistics of football is the next man up.
Yeah.
Which we don't have that here in Las Vegas. We don't have that.
We've never had that depth. If somebody goes down, it was just like, yeah, no. And I get you want, of course you want a dynasty. Of course you want a dynasty. Even look who won. Even like Vegas said, Kansas City won. They have a dynasty. It's not just Mahomes they have. Mahomes makes them good, yes.
Let's keep it. Let's
He's
be
fucking
honest
amazing.
here.
But
Let's be
Mahomes is
honest
not
here.
the only person
If
they
Andy
have.
Reid does not draft Patrick Mahomes, right, and he keeps Alex Smith, do Andy Reid win Super Bowls? No.
Mm.
Let's keep it a buck. If Patrick Mahomes did not have Andy Reid as a coach, we'll be having a different story.
The whole way that team was designed, it was built.
It was built around Patrick Mahomes after he was drafted.
After him.
And Patrick Mahomes could not be able to do the same shit on another team. The only team that he could probably do the same shit on is the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh my God. Could you imagine him with that defense?
Probably
Wow.
Cincinnati. Probably Buffalo. But if you look at all the 32 teams around the league, say if Patrick Mahomes really got drafted to the Chicago Bears, he will not be winning. He would not have 2 Super Bowls if he got drafted to Chicago.
Oh no, he would have been in there suffering like every other quarterback has.
Like, let's just, y'all got to be realistic with it. I'm just saying.
Chicago's just as bad as us when it comes to their organization. Yep.
Alex Smith didn't win a Super Bowl. Alex Smith didn't win a Super Bowl.
No.
He didn't.
He was their bridge quarterback till they found their guy, and Andy saw Mahomes, traded up for him.
You take Patrick Mahomes off that team, and let's see how much the Chiefs are a dynasty.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Let's be real here, y'all. Like, y'all got to be realistic when it comes to Raiders talk. Me and Leo's one of the realest on YouTube. We're one of the realest on YouTube. So that's like saying the Warriors wouldn't win without Steph Curry. Exactly. They built around Steph Curry. Y'all must not forgot where the Warriors was at before they got Steph Curry. If you live on the West Coast, if you live in the Bay,
the Warriors were like the joke of the league, bro. They were like the Clippers.
Oh, that was a terrible franchise before Curry got there.
Yeah. They were, yeah, you never even heard of the Warriors. That's why I laugh at my nephew now. He's a huge Warrior fan. Like, bro, do you even know, like, the Warriors? The last time anybody even talked about them, they had Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullin there, or Latrell Sprewell. That's how far back you got to go.
Even on Mahomes lost his number 1 receiver and still won a Super Bowl, that's coaching.
Coaching. Look at what Reed did.
Reed
is an amazing coach. Yep.
The next man up. And those coaches have to prepare you for that.
They were winning the AFC West with Alex Smith, and then Mahomes got them over the hump. He is an elite player. I'm not saying Mahomes
we're not saying Patrick Mahomes is not an elite player. We're definitely not saying that.
But the Chiefs are a team. They're a complete team. Yeah.
They are. They was a quarterback away.
Exactly.
Because Andy Reid knew how to draft. Andy Reid knew how to get the right players in his system during free agency. That's the difference between Andy Reid and Josh McDaniels. That's the difference between Andy Reid and John Gruden.
How does getting an elite quarterback and having a shitty defense help us at this point?
And I'm going to be honest here. Aaron Rodgers comes here, right? He has a career year, but we rank 30th in defense and we still got a losing record. Who's to blame then?
You know they're going to blame Josh McDaniels.
Like Joe Burrow was the number 1 overall pick for Cincinnati.
Right.
And you know what they did the following year? They went out and got Jamar Chase, his right-hand man from LSU.
And they put in the right people on defense for them. Yeah.
T. Higgins was already there. Tyler Boyd was already there. They like what are you talking about, Vegas? What are you talking about?
Right. It's not like Joe Burrow came out his first year and lit it up. No.
I mean, he couldn't because he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
But like White Puma said, he says it himself. He said the Raiders need a defense and a playmaker at quarterback. I agree. That's the only way to match the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Yep. Exactly.
That's all you need. If you really get a defense, and I'm with my listen. Remember we said this on the last show. What have I said if Derek Carr went to the 49ers, right?
Oh.
And they went and they were the number 1 seed in the NFC. with that defense. Are we still blaming Carr?
Oh, you know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong, Jimmy Garoppolo is I don't know if he's going to go back to San Francisco. We don't know what's going to happen with Brock Purdy with his injury and Trey Lance with his injury.
Yeah.
But they still got that defense. Ain't nobody leave from that defense. I haven't heard any name come out so far about somebody getting franchise tag on that defense.
Nope. That defense is staying.
But all I'm saying is that it's a team sport.
You need to cover all 5 phases, just like he said. It's not just one.
Facts, Jason Marshall. I'll be happy. Defense, this is different that we're not going to draft a defensive player at the 7th pick. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we did.
I wouldn't be mad if they did.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did because I'm not big on Will Levis. It's a lot of, even though I'm a Tennessee Volunteer fan, but that ACL injury is kind of hindering Hendon Hooker.
That's the only thing would have.
That's the only thing.
The docs, yeah.
Depending on if CJ Stroud is still there at 7. Depending on if Bryce Young is there at 7.
Oh, no way he's there at 7. Young?
That's what I'm saying. So what is the next available thing that we can get at number 7 if nobody that we want is there? If AR-15 is not there, say if none of the quarterbacks are there, the AR-15 is CJ Stroud and the Bryce Youngs. If them 3 are not there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who do we go to? We're not gonna go with Hendon Hooker because the ACL. Will Levis is hot garbage.
Yeah.
Will Levis is garbage. I'm sorry to say. I watched him play all year. Hot garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So number 7. Right now, I wouldn't say a linebacker, even though linebacker is really one of our weak spots on the defense.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle, another weak spot on the defense. Corner, we have no depth there. So it's a possible way that you could go defense at 7.
Oh, Tyree Wilson at 7 would not be bad at all if he was to drop that down. Mm-hmm. Another edge rusher. Woo. Opposite of Max.
Why would we go get another edge rusher where we got Chandler Jones, we got Max Crosby, we got Malcolm Kuntz, we got Cleveland Farrell, we got depth there.
But to have another elite edge rusher in the division that we're in.
For real, let's be honest. We don't really need two elite. All we need to do is that we need somebody to contribute when Max Crosby is double.
Right.
Basically. Mm-hmm. That's what we really need. We don't really need 2 elite pass rushers. We just need Max Crosby to have that flow over to him and let whoever is an edge rusher go to work.
Get loose, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like we just need a productive edge rusher outside of Max Crosby. We have no depth at D tackle.
No,
so,
D tackle we definitely need.
And then like Anthony Party said, I'll give you Daron Payne. Sorry, but we tagged him. Facts.
They did. Of course, yeah. That boy gonna get paid.
And Raider Ben, I agree with you. The Raiders ain't going to draft a pass rusher at Chandler when he's making 19, 20 million a year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like we have depth there. Even Malcolm Kuntz, another edge rusher. So, not going edge rusher, but defensive tackle, we could definitely look there. We could definitely look at linebacker, and we could definitely look at corner. Because that's where we need help at. We get no pressure up the middle.
No, we don't. We need that big push. Mm-hmm.
And just like we're not going to get a pass rusher like free agent Khalil Mack. Facts, Raider Ben.
That was a dream, Ben. I said that last week.
They kill me with that. The Raiders fans on Twitter kills me with that, bro.
With
like
what? With
they
Mac?
kill me with, bro. No. They kill me with the Khalil Mack talk.
We just want to be able to wear our jersey again in the stadium one more year.
How good would we be if we got Bobby Wagner and Ramsey? Now that's tricky.
That Wagner would be a good addition.
I would get Wagner over Jalen Ramsey, in my opinion.
Ramsey would cost us because he's still a trade.
Yeah,
remember that he's still a trade, and he's gonna want that bag.
And we gotta figure out what we're going to do at the linebacker position anyway, because
Oh yeah.
Denzel Perryman is not under contract. Are we re-signing him?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see that. I don't see that. But let me just finish up these comments here. I even know that they took all our topics away from us, for real. They kind of took all our topics away. K-House says, Spotlight, would you be mad if the Raiders trade back for Christian Gonzalez and pick a linebacker in DT for one of those seconds they get back?
Mm-mm.
I don't know, but I don't know if we should trade back at number 7. I don't know. I don't want us to trade back.
If you trade back, get Christian Gonzalez and get either another second round pick, right? Then it would make sense, because then you can get another linebacker, another defensive tackle like he's talking about. And you get a good corner in Christian Gonzalez.
Raider Ben, I love you, brother. But I don't think, for me, I don't think he's a $17 million worthy corner, because he gets burnt too much. He gets burnt too much in man corner when it comes to playing man. He does get burnt a lot.
He's 29 years old now?
Yeah, he's 29 years old. I don't have nothing against Ramsey. I think he's a hell of an athlete.
Right.
But I think the price is going to really kill us.
The 17 mil?
Thank you, Terrence. We're not talking about Carr at all. Definitely not. The Carr segment is over.
It's over. It was over.
Don't get me wrong. Ramsey could be a shutdown corner, but he needs a lot of help from the double moves.
Right.
And that's what been killing us as Raiders fans, as Raiders corners. We be getting burnt off the double moves or defensive holding or PIs because of the double move.
That discipline is lacking in that secondary. For
sure.
It's
very. I don't get me wrong. I would love to see Ramsey in the silver and black.
Oh, I would too.
The question is the price that costs, because for me, and this always been our issue on the defense outside of our corners, was our linebacker core. We never had an elite linebacker in a long time.
No, we're so weak at the linebacking core. Who was our last great linebacker?
5 years.
Who was our last great linebacker?
In the last 5 years?
Yeah.
I can't even remember. I mean, Nicholas Morrow was okay, but he couldn't stay on the field.
He couldn't stay. Yeah, we talked about him last week. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I still feel Ramsey's a top 3 corner. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we can agree to disagree. Ramsey just makes interceptions when the ball is in his area.
He makes the plays right.
He makes the plays at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
He's not one of those athletes that can actually go one-on-one with a corner and pick him off being hit by hip.
No. Well, you saw when Tay was matched up with him. Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan. I will go with linebacker at Bobby Wagner before I go corner with Ramsey.
Because he's the bigger need. We need a linebacker.
And I don't want to give. I don't. Right now we have a young defensive core at cornerback. Understand if you want to put him on the opposite side of Rock Ya-Sin and put Hobbs back in the slot. I can completely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about that price tag that's going to kill us.
Right.
And Bradbury's a free agent. I think
Gardner
Johnson's
a free agent.
And I would take Gardner Johnson over Ramsey right now. I'm sorry.
Gardner Johnson would be a good addition.
Gardner Johnson is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
He is a dog. Yeah, Patrick Surtain, Darius Slay, and Sauce Gardner is my top 3. I agree with that.
Yeah, he definitely.
I agree with that. Sauce Gardner had a hell of a rookie year.
That boy was insane.
I mean, Bobby Wagner, depending on what the price tag that he wants, and if the price tag with Jalen Ramsey and what we give up, that's the only that I concern with Ramsey.
Yeah.
Now, Bobby
Wagner,
want
to have to give up a first for that. I don't
want to give up a first rounder for Jalen Ramsey. I just don't.
No. Yeah.
Slay hasn't been a top corner in years. He had one of his career years this year in Philadelphia. Yeah, Surtain's not leaving Denver. They got a great defense over there in Denver.
Oh, yeah. They got a good defense over there. Yeah.
I mean, like, James Bradbury, I wouldn't mind a James Bradbury either at corner. But even though we looking into the free agency, we got to look into just depth in general. You know, like the depth of the corners. We don't have depth there. Yeah, we went out and traded Rock Ya-Sin. We got Anthony Everett last year, but it drops off after that.
Mm-hmm.
If we talking about outside corners, we're not talking about slots because the slots are Nate Hobbs and Amik Robinson. Only reason why Nate Hobbs had to play outside because Anthony Everett and Rock Ya-Sin kept getting hurt.
Yeah.
So easy to play corner when QBs don't have time to throw the ball. You got a point there too, Redderman.
On that part, yeah. That's all. And that's why we went back to all phases of the game.
Yeah, all three phases of the game. If we could get a pass rush, especially from our defensive tackles.
Yes.
With Andrew Billings and Bilal Nichols, which if we resign them, then we still had the two rookies in Neil Farrell and Matthew Butler.
Right.
We got to see what happens, man. We got to see what happens with that.
I still remember
damn
how
near
good
20 more sacks, and then the closest team in second place. They had 70 sacks on a season.
On the season.
Javon Hargrave, that's another one I'm going to look at too.
Yeah, Javon Hargrave would be a good one.
Javon Hargrave will probably be the next best available defensive tackle outside of Deron Payne.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't pay big money for a corner just to just have a dominant front seven.
It helps. It goes back to the linebacking court, right?
Better, it makes your quarterbacks greater. It makes your quarterback greater. So, I mean,
Hargraves, yep.
I want to get into this one topic though.
Which one?
That you sent me. And that was with bussing with the boys. They said Will Compton says if Taylor Lewan and him come back to the Las Vegas Raiders, they will be Super Bowl contenders. Yeah.
He also said Kansas City wouldn't make the playoffs.
And he said, see, this is what Tillery has upside. He should be able to keep him for cheap. Yeah, I like Tillery. I just hated that last goddamn play that he did in the Chargers game. But he said that we will be a Super Bowl contender team if Taylor Lewan signs with us, which would be good offensive depth. I think he's it's just the matter of time with Taylor Lewan with his injury list since he's been in the league. And Orlando Brown's a free agent. That's interesting. He was the offensive. He played for the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But Will Compton and Taylor Lewan comes to the Las Vegas Raiders and we're Super Bowl contenders and the Chiefs won't make the playoffs?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Is he smoking crack? Bro, he gotta be smoking crack.
Right.
Listen, you sent this topic over to me. You explain to them. Please explain this to me. You gotta explain it to me, bro. You have to.
So the reason I sent that to you was more for Lewan to see if he would be able to fit with our team. We need another tackle, you know. I get the injuries, the concern. My concern would be he would be like that year we signed Incognito, hoping he would play and stay healthy to be that anchor and that veteran on our offensive line, right? The whole thing with the Super Bowl contender, I was like, hold up. Like, so you're telling me just by bringing in a tackle and a linebacker, all of a sudden we're Super Bowl contenders? But I kind of, did you hear the Bustin' with the Boys interview they had with Ziegler?
I listened to some of it. I was not able to listen to all of it.
Okay. All right.
So, you know, I watch so many other podcasts too, bro. Like, I can't keep up.
I actually listened to it the day after our show just to get the whole thing. And
it
was cool. I didn't know the whole story behind Ziegler, where he came from, how he knew these dudes. So it was interesting to see where that came from. But just the way he like analyzes players and what he looks for. So that's why I'm looking forward to the draft. But
Okay.
as far as to say that by bringing you, we're going to be Super Bowl contenders and Kansas City's going to be out, come on, bro.
Yeah, we need more than just them two.
Exactly.
Yo,
Is one of them
we
going to
need
play
more than
quarterback?
them two. We need more than them two. And speaking of Illuminor,
Exactly.
I did have that Raider been on my topics list about Illuminor being an offensive tackle or offensive guard. But we got a little bit of depth there. I think we need a little bit more depth, even though we have Colton Miller. We already know he's locked in that left tackle.
Yeah.
We got Dylan Part. Me personally, I feel like Dylan Parham should move from left guard to center. Because Andre James stinks, bro.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody say. Andre James stinks at corner. There's so many games that I watch on the coach's film, and how many times he got blown up after the snap. He's just too small.
Yeah.
He's too small for defensive tackles. He's too small.
Yeah, no, I would definitely move him to center. I'm with that. Yeah.
Dylan Parham could play center and left guard. But I mean, if you want to throw, if the only thing is, we got to go. If we want to go with Taylor Lewan, can he play guard instead of playing tackle?
He could still play tackle. He could play right instead of left.
But but the thing about it is, we don't need that left guard because Dylan Parham is getting replaced. We don't know who else is on that depth chart out of left guard. Now, right guard or right tackle is a little bit different because you got Illuminor, you got Aaron Munford. You got a few other guys on that side. So I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but I think like I agree with Raider Ben, man. I think we should keep Illuminor.
Oh, definitely. I would love to keep Illuminor.
He just killed me with the penalties, man. He kills me with those.
Yeah, he did. Discipline.
Rank O-line, fellas. It wasn't that bad. Y'all making it sound. We need a right guard.
Look,
Alex Bars ain't coming back. We had the. I'm gonna be completely honest. We had the number 10th ranked defense because of the run. I'm gonna be completely honest. We had the number 10th overall ranked offensive line because of the run.
They were great run blockers.
Great run blockers. And that's why Josh Jacobs had the career year that he had.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
No knock on Jacobs. Jacobs balled this year. Yeah.
Right.
But that O-line was a great run blocking O-line.
Exactly. But when it came to pass blocking, can we get the rankings for pass blocking for the Las Vegas Raiders? Because if you put an elite pass rusher on Illuminor, he's getting smoked.
Oh yeah.
Or you put an elite defensive tackle in front of Andre James, he's getting smoked. Because for real, if you want to be completely honest, Dylan Parham played really well in his first year at left guard. He was dominated a few times. That's part of the rookie woes. But we never had an issue with the left side of the line.
No.
So I mean, the right side of the offensive line always been our issue. Even when we had Alex Leatherwood, that was an issue. Even when we had Trent Brown, that was an issue because he barely played.
Yeah.
It's always been the right side of our line. It's always been the right side of our line. We could never get a push on the right side.
Nope.
But that left side or a little bit up the middle, if it's run blocking, yeah. But pass blocking, Andre James is Ben. We could do a game film, bro. I have the all 22 film for all Raiders games this year.
Oh, okay.
I have the all 22 film from NFL Plus. I have the all 22 film. I have the coaches film that you could pay on NFL Plus for $9.99.
Okay, I have that.
NFL Plus for $9.99. All you have to do is go through the weeks, and you can look at every game coaches film wise.
Oh, okay.
And I did that, and Andre James got smoked.
I believe you.
When I tell you, bro, when he snaps the ball, he doesn't even lean forward. He goes backwards.
Yeah, I believe you.
So James isn't great, but he's better than some centers in the NFL. we could be worse at center. Me personally, Rodney Hudson was the best center that we had.
Woo, Hudson was a rock, bro. I
loved Rodney Hudson. And he sat, but Andre James sat behind Rodney Hudson.
Yeah.
Was good spotlight and panel. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I love the conversations that we having on this podcast, even though that they took majority of our topics away from us. They put it, I think they already knew our topics, bro.
It seems like it. How many sacks did Parham give up? He said.
I don't think Parham didn't get, like I said, Parham didn't give up that rush. He didn't give up that much. He got bullied around a few games, but it wasn't nothing where it was like he got manhandled. No. He kind of held his own.
Oh no, it was Illuminor I had looked up. Illuminor had
a lot of penalties. Yeah, and I think Illuminor only gave up 3 sacks this year, according to Raider Ben.
That was 3 sacks.
Parham got killed versus Pittsburgh. And Cam Hayward, yeah, he did get killed.
Exactly. He got killed on the inside.
Yeah, dude, listen, that's why I said when you have a rookie offensive lineman like that going up against a guy like Cam Hayward, he's going to struggle, bro. He's going to struggle. Yeah, who is the PR for next year?
Punt returner? PR? Punt returner?
Punt returner?
Is that what it means? PR?
That was his only bad game. It was a few. The Cardinals game, he got a little bit of a pass rush that he gave up, but he got pushed back. But it wasn't enough for that. He got manhandled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the bad game that he had was definitely Pittsburgh. I absolutely agree with that. Yeah. Everybody had a bad game that game from top to bottom, even the coaches.
The Chiefs game, where was the pressure coming from? I remember Stidham was running for his life that game. That was from the outside?
I bet you it was coming from the right side. I bet you it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think about Josh McDaniels' comments today? What the F? Punt returner or kick returner? But we're gonna get to that K-Hop 16. We'll get to that. We talked about the thoughts of Josh McDaniels' presser today.
Yeah.
I think he's like he said, I think he's evaluating every quarterback at the combine.
The combine. Which starts what? Tomorrow or the next day?
Yeah,
right?
Which starts tomorrow. Yep, it starts tomorrow.
The next day. Yeah, they're all over there right now. I saw that.
Right. They all already in Indianapolis. So that's going to be interesting to watch. You know, even though I'm going to watch some of the combine because my birthday is Thursday. And shout out to Raider Ben, man. Yeah, shout out to Raider Ben, man. If y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to Raider Ben. He's throwing a birthday live stream with me and Navy Vet.
Nice.
Our birthdays are the same day. So make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to Raider Ben. We're going to be getting lit over there on my birthday on Thursday. So, and I'll be in New York over the weekend. So, I won't be doing the Darian Hopkins show on my other channel after tomorrow, and I won't come back until the 7th of March. So that'll be my layoff. So it probably won't be a Nothing But Raiders podcast until the 7th, basically. Okay. Which is probably next week, right?
Next week, yeah.
So I'll be back for Nothing But Raiders, though. I'll be back for that.
All right.
He held down on the run game on that side. You know who didn't have a bad game versus Pittsburgh? Illuminor. He gave up 0 sacks against TJ Watt. You right about that too.
You did.
Spotlight and Navy Vet birthday party on my channel Thursday. Facts. Happy early birthday, fellas. Thank you, man. My ass is getting old, man. Y'all gonna have me drunk and going to work the next day. Being trashed, sitting at the front desk, bro.
As you get older, you can't be doing that. That recovery
y'all gonna
time
have
ain't
me
the same,
trashed
bro.
on the live on Thursday, man. It's gonna be ridiculous, yo. When I tell you, bro, Raider Ben, if you ever want to go on the Just Win Baby podcast, he has a great Raiders podcast. If you want to talk shit and you want to, trash talk, come to Black Saturday, bro. Black Saturday is that shit, man.
I gotta check it out.
I work 4 a.m. the next day. See, I gotta be to work at 7 a.m. and get up at 5. So I feel you. So we gonna be hungover together. We gonna be hungover together, man. I was going to talk about the they took all the questions from us. They stole it from us, man.
Did it? Not the quarterback one.
Well, we talked about Brissett a little bit. We talked about Jarrett Stidham a little bit, but why the hell they have Baker Mayfield as a top 3 stopgap option?
Price. He's cheap. He's a cheap bridge quarterback.
We talking about a Baker Mayfield, bro.
Look, I'm with you. I am one of those. When he was in Cleveland, I couldn't stand him. I swore they were overrated when they were this big old hype team.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Brissett, but Raider Ben, I got a question for you. Will you take Marcus Mariota and Carson Wentz over Jacoby Brissett? That's a question I want to ask him, though. I would love for him to answer that. Cheap build team, stopgap. Yep. Yeah, but I just don't like Baker Mayfield as a passer.
I mean, you think about the weapons he's going to have here. He's going to have Adams, Waller, Renfro. Hopefully Jacobs is coming back.
But he's a shitty passer. He's a shitty passer, bro.
But
no one wins. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no.
No one wins. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Hell no on Carson Wentz. Hell no. He's worse than Carr. Shit. Mm-hmm. Will you take Marcus Mariota? Raider Ben, will you take him over Baker Mayfield?
As a passer?
I wouldn't.
You would? No, I was like, no.
I see with Marcus Mariota, ever since that whatever that arm injury he had in Tennessee, he ain't been the same. Remember when he had that that whatever it was, that numbness in his arm or whatever, he couldn't feel it. Mm-hmm. I was kind of confused on, okay, was he going to be able to play football again? Like,
right? Isn't that kind of like what happened to Purdy? The whole numbness in the arm and the elbow.
Yeah, but he's like, I don't know if it was the UCL for Mariota. I think it was a little bit different. I don't know what the diagnostics was at that time.
I can't remember either.
But Mariota, like, I like Mariota. I'm just kind of nervous about him, like, because remember he was the highest paid backup for the Raiders.
He was. He only came in and ran the ball.
He came in and he was hurt majority of the years that he was here,
which I'd never understood because he didn't play that much.
Yeah, Atlanta had one of the worst rosters. They got rid of Calvin Ridley. They defense was not great. Atlanta was just a bad spot. But I mean, they drafted Desmond Ridder for a reason.
Yeah.
Baker roast us with 2 days with a playbook. He earned my respect then. Okay, I got a question for you, Tyson Hughes. Would you have him for all 17 games?
That I don't know. I don't like him, but I don't know. I would rather have him than, you're gonna hate me for this, than Brissett.
Baker Mayfield?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the better arm. The better arm is Brissett.
Like something about that fool, like, I don't know, he'll go off or just to prove people wrong and his cockiness and
mind you, he did that one game and they couldn't win a game after that.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
They couldn't win a game after they beat us.
Yeah. They even lost that last game, right? That Seattle game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fact. Kyle Pitts does stay injured, and I'm kind of mad at Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts, you're a Philadelphia native, bro. You need to get out there and you listen.
I thought you were going to get mad at him.
Atlanta Falcons, but you can't stay healthy, man.
I thought you were mad at him because he was on your fantasy or something. A lot of fantasy owners are mad at Kyle Pitts.
Oh man, and speaking of people talk about trading Waller, like
he was hurt. I was mad, but he was hurt. When he came back, he had a couple TDs.
I'm kind of like I wasn't on the fence with this. Kay, what's going on? Gord, what's going on? I was on the fence with this all season because I felt like this, and I'll be completely honest about this situation. I felt like Darren Waller faked this injury.
You feel like he faked the hamstring?
I feel like he faked the injury.
Like he milked
because this is if you're going to be injured, you'll do anything to heal.
Okay.
But when you're doing music videos,
that's what everybody.
You're doing rap albums,
right? And
you walking around like you're absolutely fine, like you're 100% healthy. That concerns me. Now, if he was a person that stayed off of social media, not tell what was going on. Something, you know, that he was in a lab rehabbing, trying to get back on the field. But we saw the totally complete opposite this season.
After getting paid.
After getting paid. So so from the I'm just saying as a Raiders fan from the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? As a fan. And I know everybody, even you, bro, as a fan, we could all like that really concerns me. Like, do you really want to be here?
Yeah. That was my same concern too when I would see all that stuff on social media. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this dude hurt or not? Like, I've never had or experienced a hamstring injury, and I heard there's no way you can tell. It just depends on how you feel that day. But I get what you're saying. One, he got paid. And then to see him doing all this stuff when the team was struggling and needed him, and he wasn't on the field each week, and it was week to week to week to week. And then finally they put him on IR. I was pissed. I was like, get rid of him. Yeah. Because as a fan, that sucks for you to see that, you know, especially after you just pay this dude that money.
Right. And K-Hop 16 said that he had an opportunity to come back while the Raiders was pushing for the playoffs. I think Waller was going to come back if we made the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why? Like it's just so many sketches from Darren Waller. Like, and then he talks about how, you know, Aaron Rodgers, that, you know, I think he came out and said that Tom Brady was going to come here if he didn't retire or something like that.
He was one of the ones that said Brady was going to come, not this last time, but before, the first time around, that he has it from a good Raiders source that it was set for Brady to come, but he went to Tampa for whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah. So he just kind of, after the contract, he just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, same here. And I was a big fan of his, but after he got injured and he didn't come back.
And I'm like, he has a podcast now. He's an artist. Like, now you picked up all these businesses or endeavors or whatever you doing, and I'm confused. What are you doing to rehab to get back on the field while your team's out there practicing in that hot ass weather in Las Vegas? Like, I'm confused. Like, for me, as a player, right. I know you play football too, right, bro?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my D-tackle show once you're done here. Spotlight. Oh, we got like what, 10 minutes? We got like 10 minutes left because I know you got to go back to work too, bro. Right?
Yeah, I could stay till like 4:30, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Because that's like 10 minutes from now from you, right?
Yeah, like 10-30 minutes. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So cool. So, yeah, I'm gonna definitely slide through the D-tackle show. I'm definitely gonna slide through there. You know, be in the comments there. But with the whole Darren Waller thing, man, it just didn't sit right with me. It just didn't the whole offseason.
Yeah. You know what? You remember during the season when they had that whole thing about the locker room and Carr saying some players weren't giving their all and all that stuff? Do you think that's what he was talking about?
It could be a possibility. That's what he was talking about. It could be a possibility.
Remember how he was crying, like some players come out here and give their all, they're injured too, and they work through them, and just to be out there on the field, and then some aren't.
Was that a shot at Waller? Because now you see how everything's coming to in fruition now. You think about what Waller did, with his injury,
right?
And he babied that injury since the year before.
It's last year.
Yeah, since the year before when we was in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he babied it all this year, and he got his contract.
He did.
AK, what's going on, brother? And my birthday is Thursday, bro. But I know you it's probably March where you at, because I know you overseas, bro. So thank you, bro. Thank you we gotta do a show for the Las Vegas Vipers, man. We gotta talk about these bum ass Las Vegas Vipers in the XFL, man, because they look like
finally saw a game this weekend.
They looking like the Raiders all over again.
Oh, good Lord. Are they blowing leads at the end?
Yes. Yes, we was up 6-0 through 3 quarters. 6-0 through 3 quarters. And the defender scored 18 unanswered in the fourth.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, that definitely sounds familiar. And shout out to my boy Raider Ben for coming a member of the Spotlight Football Talk, man.
Touchdown Raiders!
NWA for life, man. Nation with an attitude. That's what it is. Nation with an attitude. That's our squad, man. Definitely gotta check. You definitely gotta check us out, Leo. You definitely gotta check us out over there.
Oh no, I will. I'm going to check you out on Thursday. I want to see what's going on.
Oh, we go. Oh, you gonna see a whole different spotlight, man. You gonna see a whole different me. You ain't gonna listen. You ain't gonna. Y'all gonna see a side of me that y'all never saw when I drink. I listen. The truth be told, when I drink, the truth be told. Oh yeah, Estrada about to get got. Yes, he is. He's about to get got. So make sure y'all go subscribe to Raider Ben. The link is right there in the chat. NWA versus NWO. You'll like my channel, brother. Definitely. He's Raider Ben is a diehard Raider fan, man.
Oh, cool.
When I say diehard, that motherfucker will. Excuse my language, but I'm sorry, but he makes me say motherfucker a lot. he makes me say it, bro. Like he makes me say like he does call out other YouTubers, but hey, it's well deserving of it. It's well deserving of it.
Does that cause trouble?
Listen, you can't tell people to pull up and then you don't pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Be a man of your shit. You know what I'm saying? Be a man of your shit. So that's just what, you know, we try to keep it professional on my channel because it's been times when I had like the call-in shows back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be bad, bro.
Oh, because some of the messages they would leave.
I used to be going off Philly style, like Philly style with a New York accent. Like it was crazy, bro. Like I used to go off on them calling shows. Wait, when we do reaction Mondays when the season start, I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna be fun.
I can't wait.
You also shouldn't tell people to kill themselves. Yeah, it's been a few times I told people to kill themselves on a call-in show. I think Terrence was around when I did the reaction Mondays. Terrence was around for that. He definitely was around for that, but I try to be more calm this time around. I try to be more calm because I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there in age.
How old are you turning?
I'll be 37.
Oh, you still young. You're good.
Yeah, but I got a little bit of health issues, so that's what I'm trying to keep it calm. You know, I got a little bit of health issues. I don't want to be yelling. Then me being diabetic, I'll have a heart attack or some shit. You know, so I have to keep the blood pressure low. But these Raiders, man, they make your head.
How do you survive the season, bro?
Not any trouble that the NWA started, only trouble we're finishing. Facts. That's what it is.
Okay.
We don't start shit, but we finish shit. Facts. Queen Raiderette, what's going on? I've not seen you in a whole long time. Beautiful. Queen Raiderette is in the building. He said, I'll hit you up after this weekend's Vipers game. I wasn't able to watch a lot of this week's game live. Are you covering the game spotlight? Not this weekend. It's my birthday weekend, bro.
Oh, you're going to be out there celebrating.
I'll be in New York City.
Oh.
So anybody tell Hammer's house to pull up on me. I'm in New York City. I'm in his state. Tell him to pull up on me. That's all I'm going to say about that. AKA Raiders news today. Oh my God. I don't even want to get into it, man. It's not that type of show. I know it's been a while. How you doing? I'm doing good, beautiful. Say hello to my guy Leo, man. He's the new co-host for the Nothing But Raiders podcast. That's all we talk is Raiders, man. All we talk is Raiders on this podcast. He don't want no smoke. He definitely don't. Oh, he moved to New Jersey, but New Jersey's not that far from New York. He still has families that lives out there. Tell him I'll be in the Bronx, like usual, the home of hip hop. So yeah.
Hey, Queen, how you doing?
But you definitely gotta get acquainted with the Raider Nation on YouTube, man. We are some crazy motherfuckers, man.
I'm seeing more and more of the people on YouTube. Yeah, before I was like, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's time. It's about that time that we get you a channel, bro. It's about that time. It's about that time we get you a channel and help you grow that bad boy. Because even though I met Terrence through YouTube, but he put out a whole. I don't think he has. I think you still got your channel, right, Terrence? If I'm not mistaken, but he put out a whole channel. He talks about his Raiders. He talks about his Yankees. He talks about everything.
Oh, okay. That's what I
All
want
you
to
gotta do is press record on a goddamn phone if you want to start.
The Raiders, the Dodgers, the Lakers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely get that. I could definitely link you with my guy, SC Experience. His name Eric. He talks. He's a Dodgers fan. He's a Raiders fan. You're a Lakers fan too.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, he's a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
And West Side Media, which my boy earned, Raiders fan, Warriors fan. I think he's an Oakland A's fan too. So
okay, so he's Bay Area.
Yeah, so like getting intact with them is really dope, man. It's really dope to even if you want to talk Raiders, they have a show called West Side Connection. So
okay.
And they talk all Raider stuff on there. So it's pretty dope, man. Shout out to the Lunchables. Yes. That's what Eric called himself, the Lunchables. Yeah, I just do my podcasting through Anchor and Spotify, but I pass the links to my YouTube channel. Okay, no problem. No problem. I'll try to send the links over to Leo as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, D Menace and Gordy. It's pretty hard to be at ATM though. Listen, he asked you, was you a Vipers fan too?
I haven't started watching the XFL. This weekend was my first games. I was at over at the casino and I was watching some of the games. Yeah.
Some of the games wasn't really that great, but outside of the Renegades and the Roughnecks.
Yeah.
The two Texas teams. Because the Roughnecks, they're the best for real, they're the best team in the league, honestly.
That's the one that HA McCarron's on?
No, the Battlehawks.
The Battlehawks?
That's the I think that's the St. Louis Battlehawks, but the Houston Roughnecks with Wade Phillips as your head coach.
I saw him on the field. When I saw Wade Phillips, I was like, Wade Phillips is over here coaching? Okay.
Crazy. I know we were supposed to do our mock draft, y'all, but unfortunately we couldn't get to it because y'all got to every topic that we had on paper.
What happened? They started hot.
Yeah, it started popping in the chat. It started popping in the chat. That's why I love to go live and interact with the people. Like, sometimes, pre-recording it and premiering it, it's not as an interaction as it is with the actual live stream.
No, definitely. Yeah, the live is really fun and you get to interact that way.
Yeah, and I think it's really dope. And if people, some of the OGs from my channel, I used to go live 5 times a week.
Oh damn, for us during the season?
During COVID season, 5 times a week. I'll have Reaction Monday. Then I'll have Nothing But Raiders podcast. But when I had my previous co-host on here, and then I used to do the pressers. Every presser that the Raiders had, I did a presser that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I make sure I used to do the pressers and I'll hear the audio. I'll let the people hear the audio instead of actually going, because if you ever go to the Raiders YouTube, that chat is terrible.
It is. I've been on the Raiders YouTube and I like watching it to get the info, but it's not entertaining enough for me.
5 times a week, Monday through Friday, I use the live stream. Monday through Friday. I just that now I'm back working full time at a job instead of me doing this. On top of the 2 to 5
videos a day.
I was on it. When I tell you, when I was not working, I was streaming 5 times a day, 2 to 5 videos a day. I was not playing. I made sure I put out as much. Lives are always better when the queen is in the chat. That's listen, queen. All hail to the queen. All hail to the queen, y'all. And for everybody that wants to go listen to Terrence podcast, that link is right there on Spotify. It's right there, y'all. So make sure y'all click the link to listen to the podcast.
I'm going to check that out.
And Nothing But Raiders podcast is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well, and on Anchor. So we keep it 100% raw and uncut over here. Like, we don't take no shit. We don't take no shit. You see how Vegas Raider left.
What happened to him? He was so loud earlier.
We gave him the smoke. That's why. It's all love, Vegas Raider. It's just Raiders talk. That's just what it is, man. We all Raiders fans here. That's what we do, man. We agree to disagree, but hey, at the end of the day, that's what we do, man. LOLT, why you hating on me today? All good, Terrence. You always sharing my stuff in the feed. I gotta get on one of your channels, AK. I gotta get on one of your channels as well, man. But anything else, anything else you want to say, man? Before we head out of here.
There was one thing I wanted to ask you about. If you saw that one I sent you about people getting so bent out of shape about the Raiders not being the Raiders anymore and the Patriot Way.
Oh yeah, I do have that here. Mm-hmm. This is interesting. I read
Isn't
this.
It? Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do have a right to feel the way they feel about it being the Patriot Way.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at what Josh McDaniels did in his first season with the Raiders, he brought in a lot of Patriot fans. I mean, a lot of Patriots players.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a possibility that this probably could be the Patriot Way. If we win titles, I'm cool with the Patriot Way.
See, and that's why I bring it up, because I get they call it the Patriot Way because that was the term Brady and Belichick all deemed it whenever you saw those videos, behind the scene videos, right? So if people were the nation's so mad about the Raiders bringing in expatriates or doing it the Patriot Way, have you forgotten the last 20-something years about what a Raider should be or what the Raider Way is? What's that?
Yeah, what's the Raiders Way?
What's the Raider Way then? If you're so mad about it being the Patriot Way, what's the Raider Way? I get the old school 70s, 80s, hard knock Raider thug mentality, but all that's different now. We haven't been, so successful that you can't say we're going to do it the Raider Way. Mm-hmm. The only player that comes to mind on this team that I can see is an old school that's a Raider would be Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at him, that's a Raider. That's the Raider that when I think of a Raider, that's who I picture,
Yeah.
But why so much hate about changing things if we're going to change it for the better to be winners? And I get McDaniels may not be the one. I get that. His history, or maybe even the Patriot Way, because they have a horrible record outside of Belichick. I don't think any of those coaches.
Most of his coordinators does. Yeah. Like Matt Patricia. I mean, actually, it was in the. I have it here. Joe Judge was one of them. Matt Patricia was another one.
Right.
And then Josh McDaniels, of course, 17 and 28 career coaching for Josh McDaniels.
Right.
I mean, Brian Dable, but Brian Dable was. I mean, he was with the Patriots, and then he went to Buffalo, and then he with the New York Giants.
With the New York Giants, that's who you wanted as our coach, though, right?
I wanted Brian Dable as our head coach. Mm-hmm. I think he's a more disciplined, takes no shit type of, Brian Dable's one of those coaches where he's gonna laugh and joke with you, but when it comes to business, and when it comes to executing, he does not play with you.
No, play around.
And I think that Josh McDaniels is a little bit too nice to our players, and he has to grow the sack of balls
to call them out.
That's what we're really used to when it comes to the Raider Way. You're getting called out. Mm-hmm. Accountability, responsibility.
Right. The way Gruden was.
Or why you didn't execute the way you did. Mm-hmm. So, but I agree. Max is definitely the definition of what a Raider's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Every down, every second, every minute, the guy goes 110%. Mm-hmm. That's all we want from the 10 other players on defense.
On defense. Yeah.
So I could definitely Josh Jacobs, a Raider.
Jacobs a Raider. Yeah, my bad. I left Jacobs out. You're right.
So Josh Jacobs a Raider. I think Davante Adams is a Raider.
Davante Adams.
I think, if he was healthy, Denzel Perriman could be a Raider.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah, he has that. I think that's why we like him so much.
Yeah, I think that's what we like. He give us that toughness,
that
but
motor.
He doesn't stay healthy to see him much. Mm-hmm. So that kind of sucks there, man. But I agree with you. Like, the Raiders fans good questioning. They have a good reason to question the Patriots way. If we could find the next Tom Brady in this draft or the next Tom Brady in the future, and we win 7 championships, then I can say that it's the Patriot way.
The Patriot way.
The Patriot way wins. I'm sorry. The Patriot, even though they had a bad season this year, the Patriot way wins. The Raiders way, yeah, old school, Hall of Fame, down and dirty, body slamming people, just win, baby, reckless fans. Yeah. I could completely understand that. Yeah. But right now, in the last 10 to 15 years, it's no Raider way. It's none.
I think the only thing I ever came close to was that run we had at the end last year. That kind of gave me those old school Raider Field Raider vibes. We had no business.
You talking about the overtime games?
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I mean the year before when we made the playoffs. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we made the run to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, that one. That was probably the only time I felt like, okay, this reminds me of the old school Raiders because nobody thought we were gonna be here. We should have been out. What the hell are the Raiders still doing here?
Facts, absolutely. But I want to thank y'all for tuning into another episode of episode 10 of the Nothing But Raiders podcast. We thank y'all for interacting with us because for some reason I really think y'all stole the topics.
Maybe just really right now.
I really think they stole the topics.
It covered. They asked everything. Mm-hmm.
Because we even one topic we didn't get across of the Davante Adams rumors.
Yeah, we didn't get to that one.
We didn't get to that, but we're gonna leave that for next week. We're gonna leave that for next week. Mm-hmm. We talked about Jalen Ramsey. We talked about we couldn't do the mock draft. We'll do the mock draft next week.
Yeah, we'll be able to do it, and then we'll be able to see some of the combine. So maybe we'll get a better idea.
So that'll be a recap of the combine, and it might change our mock draft.
Might change our mind.
Yeah, it might.
Who knows? We might be AR-15 fans next week. Nah, just kidding.
Listen, just because you could throw so well on the combine doesn't mean you could do great when you get here. Because I want to see him against pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're not having on no pads or nothing in these combines. Like sometimes I really don't care for the combine, but sometimes I do, depending on the position. Because I'm really looking forward to defensive line,
the D line.
Yeah. I'm looking at the linebackers and I'm looking at the corners.
The corners.
And I'm gonna look at the quarterbacks on the offensive side because we don't even really need to look at a wide receiver. We could get that at free agency.
Yeah.
So no, we don't it's possible.
We got to see the 40. Who's the fastest player in the draft?
Yeah, who the fastest player in the 40? That's another one. No. But it's going to be fun, y'all. It's going to be fun. Richardson is the 6th and 7th round. I'll be okay with. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Patriot way, Raider way, Carlito's way. I don't care. Just start freaking winning again, baby.
Right. Thank you. That's my point.
And this is why I wore this hoodie, y'all. Look what the hoodie says. Consistency is key. Right. Raiders, take quote to that. Mm-hmm. Consistency is key. Mm-hmm. Dang, I love Richardson. Terrence, you need to lay off the funny stuff. No way he's dropping that far as you think.
Right.
But thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Nothing But Raiders podcast, episode 10. Make sure y'all want to listen to this on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts at Nothing But Raiders. And if you want to follow me on social media, it was Spotlight. It's Spotlight Football Talk on Instagram now, and it's Spotlight FB Talk on Twitter. Let them know where they can find you at, brother.
Same thing, bro. Just follow me. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram right there. My name, Cheeto Linus. There you go. That one. Right
y'all see
you can find me right there.
Yeah, y'all see the name at the bottom. The name right there. Just follow him on Instagram. He doesn't have a Twitter. Don't get on Twitter.
You keep telling me not to. I was this close. And then
if you do, you got to be very logical about that.
Okay.
Be logical on what you say because I don't have nothing against Wi-Fi Willie, but he's bugging if you think we trading Davante Adams, bro.
Oh yeah, no.
You're bugging. But we're gonna keep that for next week. We're gonna keep that for next week. Yeah. But Thank y'all
don't
so
forget
much
to
again,
hit that
man.
like button on the way out, y'all.
Yes, hit the like button on the way out. NWA is in the building. Y'all know what it is. Birthday stream Thursday, so y'all better pull up the Raiders Bin Live. Because I'm gonna be trashed. I'm gonna be gone, bro. But we out of here, y'all. We see y'all next week, next Tuesday. We'll have a little bit, better of the combine and all that nature. And the mock drafts are coming in, y'all. I'm gonna definitely start dropping some mock drafts on regular videos. And I'm gonna do NFL mock drafts, not just Raiders, but NFL mock drafts. And shout out to my boy AK. There go the link to my boy Leo's Instagram right there. Make sure y'all go follow him on Instagram right there, y'all.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and happiness. We out of here, y'all.
We
and we see y'all next week. We out.